All right, so let's talk about the fundamentals of coding. The very first thing we need to do to start working with React is to install something called Create React App. Create React App is a tool created by, who looks after React, by the way? It's Facebook. Yeah? So Create React App was created by Facebook to simplify the process of creating new applications, which is fantastic. Because without that tool, we may need easily 3 days setting up dependencies, plugins, boring things, right? Now we can bootstrap, we can create a new project within minutes, which is pretty cool. How do we do that? We need to open a new terminal. Again, if something is not obvious as part of this presentation, go back to the videos because everything is really well explained. I just want to give you an overview and some notes on top of it. So you open a terminal and then you have to type, look, create React app, space, very important space, the name of your app. So can you tell me the name of your app? Codeflix, correct. Codeflix, yeah? In my particular case, because I already have Codeflix created, I'm going to create a new app, a different one. Just to prove that in reality, we can create apps about whatever we want, right? So I would like to create an app called Summer. Yeah, let's think positively. Because if I call it Brexit, we may get frustrated before the end of the day, right? So let's talk about summer, drinks, all these things. And then what? When I hit enter, look at this scary process. So Facebook is downloading all the dependencies they think we need to start dealing with React. That process may take between 2 and 3 minutes. But thankfully, we only need to do it once every time we create an app, right? Let's leave it there. And in the meantime, let's see how to start coding with this app. Which editor are we going to use, guys, in the next 16 sessions? Visual Studio. Code, it's important. Careful with that. Visual Studio Code. Does anyone know why Visual Studio Code and not Sublime, Atom? It's lightweight, it's powerful, it's stable, it's made by Microsoft, you got monthly releases, it's open source. I'm just elaborating a list until this process finishes, right? Now it's done. But more importantly, or not sorry, more importantly, but at least as important as all of these things, in which language Visual Studio Code is written? In JavaScript, correct. It proves that JavaScript dominates the world. It runs everywhere. It goes beyond the scope of Google Chrome. It works as a native application, right? All right. So as part of the video, we obviously explain how to install Visual Studio Code. But once you got it, we'll click File, Open. We want to open the project. Essentially, the project is just a folder in your system. But now the question is, in which folder? Where my project is? That's controversial. We need to figure out where Facebook has created a folder in our system, right? A bit scary. By default, the project will be in your home directory. Yeah? And how do you know where your home directory is? If you have a Windows machine, almost no one has a Windows machine here, but if you have a Windows machine, you need to go to C/users/your username, sexyboy19, / the name of your folder. Can anyone tell me the name of my folder? Which one? Summer, correct? Because that's the name of my project, Summer. Yeah? All right. If you are a Mac user, by default. It's a bit small and hard to see on the screen, but I hope you can see, you can navigate. So I can go to my home directory, and as part of my home directory, I got it listed here, the first one, summer. So click on it, open, and then the project is loaded. I'll zoom it a bit. This is my summer project. Does anyone know what do we need to do to start coding? Only one thing. Start. Correct. Every modern piece of software needs a server. A server is what enables users to deal with your platform. Yeah? If you go to www.4chan.com or reddit.com, it works because there is a server. When you go, you click on a link and it shows you an image of Donald Trump. That's because there is a server offering content, right? So we need that. We need that. Another question is, how do we start the server? I'll show you my favorite way. It's very simple. As part of Visual Studio Code, you will see on top a button called Terminal. If you click on Terminal, then New Terminal, and then look at what we got here, guys. That's pretty sexy. We got an integrated command line terminal here. Some of you may be thinking, but wait a minute. I got my terminal here, right? I got a separate window with my terminal. Why do we need to open it, to open a new one here? Can anyone give me a good reason?
Integrated environment.
Yes. It's all about productivity. If I use the external terminal, which is respectable, I respect that, look at the journey. We may have to go back and forth. A bit stressful. However, if we have the terminal here at the bottom, I got all my assets, all my resources on the same screen. Simplifies my life a bit. I hope you agree on that. And if you don't agree on that, that's fine. Just use the external one, right? Up to you. All right, so then we need to type, this is very important, npm start, right? And I will be extra happy if by the end of this session, everyone runs npm start and everything works. To me, that will be a very excellent goal for the first session. Let's see what happens if I run npm start. I think it's fair to say that within the last 3 weeks, people from Facebook, they started to add weird things, and things at some point stop working for some users. But that's part of the process. If that doesn't work, we'll see individually why. Yeah? We managed to solve all the problems, so don't worry. It's the first time you try it, it doesn't work. Let's see in my case if it works or not. Starting. Interesting. That's good. That's fairly good. Look, in your case, probably it will work straight away. In my case, because I already have another server running on my system, is sending me a warning. Hey, hacker, are you sure you want to open a second server? What should we say, guys? What do you think? Yes, W, right? And once we confirm that we want to go crazy by starting a second server, look at what happened. It automatically opened a new tab on my favorite browser, and not sure if you can see at the top right corner, there is a web page loading. After a few seconds, the first time it's a bit slower, but look, that's the goal of the day. Make sure we got the turning logo. This is the React logo. It's not, that has nothing to do with Chernobyl or Fukushima, right? It's only about React. That proves your laptop is ready. You can start coding like hell. And now, the last thing of this session is, all right, it works, fantastic, but if I want to build the next multi-billion app, how do we start coding, right? Look at the message. Edit source/app and save to reload. Can anyone tell me what do I need to do next? Correct. We are going to code, as Florin said, using Visual Studio Code. So, edit source app and save to reload. Look, Visual Studio Code. Look at the left-hand side, guys. You see, src, and now app.js. Do you know what language is that? Ooh, JavaScript, HTML. It's interesting because you are both right. The file, JSX, that's the perfect answer, right? So the file itself is a JavaScript file. You see, .js, it's JavaScript. However, in reality, this is sort of HTML. That's the beautifulness of React. It combines JavaScript and HTML. Why? Because it facilitates the process of creating new functionalities. You don't need a JavaScript file and an HTML file. You have everything in one place. All right, so let's change the title. I'll say, welcome to Summer Rave Party. As soon as you save the file, look at what happened. The message got automatically updated. That may sound fairly trivial, but that's a pretty sexy new feature. Yeah? Historically speaking, we had to press the refresh button to apply the changes. Not anymore. Coding is becoming more and more productive, which is fantastic. Being more productive implies we can build more stuff in less time. Hope we all agree on that. And the last thing is, all right, we got that, but you know, if you like painting, if you want to create a new piece of art, how do you think is the best way to start dealing with art? Is it painting on top of that, or on top of an empty canvas? Empty canvas, right? If you're working with a new multi-billion app, I don't want the React logo on top. That doesn't feel professional. So, what I would like to do now is, look, I would like to delete the header, you see? Delete the header and then start from scratch. This is what I recommend you to do as part of Codeflix. How do we start from scratch? Well, let's display the title. Welcome to Summer. And let's again go back to the browser. Look, now it's an empty canvas without any pollution, without any noise. However, if we build that and we send it to our UX department, what do you think they will say? Will they accept that user interface, or what will be their thoughts about this? About the title. Is the title readable enough? Probably not, right? Unless you're a superhuman, I cannot even see what the title is. In other words, let's increase the size of the title. How can we do that, guys? Does anyone know in HTML how to change the size of the title? H1 tag, I love that. Look. If we surround our tag, our title with H1, let's see the difference. Looking better. And this is the very last thing I promise, if we want to change the styling a bit, because you know, black text is boring, no one will sign up, right? We have a goal, we need to reach 3,000 million customers by the next month. How do we do that? We want to change the color of the text to magenta, which is a very sexy color. How do we do that? How do we style our application? CSS, I love that. Look, if we have a look on the left-hand side, we got app.js and app.css. Does it make sense? So if we click on app.css, again, we got a lot of noise provided by Facebook. Look, out. I delete everything. And now, can anyone tell me how to change the color of my text using CSS? H1, open brackets, and then what? Background color, magenta. We want to change the color of the text. Let's see if that works. Oh no, that's not what we wanted. Just color. Let's try that. What do you think, guys? Just color? Yes, no? Cool, you got it. And what if we don't really like the size of the title? We want to make it even bigger. How do we change the size of the text in CSS? Font size, 400 pixels. This is brutal. Boom. But it works. Technically speaking, it works. So that's what I wanted to talk about on this very first introduction to coding. You got the resources you need to start creating amazing apps. You got the engine, which is Create React App. You got the JavaScript. You got the CSS. And now start building your app, right? Okay, so now